in schools and stores and businesses for the sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, so that people can have a good clear picture of Islam and a Salafiyah. Naam? So everything is halal. We just have to be convinced that the aid is going to come. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala now eases our hearts. And he says a man will not get anything except that which he strives for in this life and in the hereafter. You make the sa'i, you make the effort, the striving. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala promised you're going to get whatever you strive for, providing that you do it collectively upon birr wa taqwa. Now, providing that you do it in the most excellent way. And this means in pleasing Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, that everything that you're doing is being done to please Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has promised, and listen, don't be mistaken, that if Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala tells us that a man will get that which he strives for, this is good and bad. A person can be striving toward evil, making an effort to do evil, wallahi, he's going to get it. And everything that's connected to the evil. But if the jama'ah is making an effort toward the good, we're going to get everything connected to it of good. And we ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala aid us in this tremendous effort. Ameen. Alhamdulillah, wassalatu wassalamu ala Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Ma ba'd. After hearing the statement of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala saying to us, وَأَنْ لَيْسَ لِلْإِنسَانِ إِلَّا مَا سَعَى, a man will not get except that which he strives for. With that understanding, there has to be a level of tawakkul, reliance and trust upon Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. You are not making these efforts on your own, by your own ability, by your own strength, by your own intelligence. You have to turn to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and ask him for your aid. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, he mentions to us in his noble book, where he said, وَقَالَ رَبُّكُمْ أَدْعُونِي أَسْتَجِيبَ لَكُمْ. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, he said, and say to them, call on your Lord, ask Allah, ask your Lord, and he said, I will answer you. So what are we worried about? If we know that whatever we strive for, Allah will give it. If we know that dua is that important, that before we make any moves, we're going to ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala first. We're going to ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala first, and then make the effort. Allah has promised that he will answer us, and then in the other ayat, we will get that which we strive for. So why worry? Now it's all about making an excellent effort to developing this Muslim community properly for the sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala upon birr wa taqwa. Now, just as an example, and lastly, the Prophet ﷺ, every day before he left his home, subhanallah, an Abi Hurairah radiyallahu ta'ala anhu, قال رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم اللهم اجعل رزق آل محمد قوتا. Abi Hurairah said every day before the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam left his home, he used to make this dua. And because it's being recorded, he used to say, Allahumma aj'al rizqa Ali Muhammadin qutan. The Prophet ﷺ used to say, when leaving his house, Oh Allah, give the house or the family of Muhammad from your risk, from the bare necessities. Just give me the bare necessities from your risk. Food, shelter, clothing, a vehicle, those bare necessities that people need. Why is this so important? Because wallahi, if your rent is paid, you have food in your home, the gas and light is paid, you have gas in your car and it's running well, bills are taken care of and you now only have $1 left, wallahi, you're happy. Wallahi, you're happy. It's when the bills come and you see, I paid the rent, but now I owe this. I paid the rent and the light, but now I owe this. But when all of those things are taken care of, wallahi, your heart is at ease. So the Prophet ﷺ used to ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to give him just from the bare necessities, to make sure that my bare necessities are met. Oh Allah, meet our bare necessities, so whatever else after that we can use to establish Islam, be it from our physical bodies or our money. Whatever it is that we have to give, now we know we're going to give it in the most excellent way for the sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And we're going to ask Allah, and we're going to work believing and knowing that whatever we do, Allah is going to give it to us. Whatever we strive for, Allah is going to give it to us. Whatever we raise our hands for, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is going to give it to us because He promised us in His noble book. Today this khutbah was short and brief, but we take these principles and you utilize them in your life, individually, and as a community. And as a community. And as I mentioned, we don't have time to go through every single one. But if you look back at Surah Al-Asr, there's principles there, and if you utilize them, you'll be from among the righteous and the rightly guided. And we ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make us from among them. Ameen. Subhanakallahumma wa bihamdika wa ashhadu an la ilaha illa anta wa astaghfiruka wa atubu ilayk. As-salam.